So I just got back from the Bourne Legacy, and here are some of my thoughts. Now, way back when I first heard that they were doing a Bourne movie, I was thinking, okay, well, I guess it makes sense for them to make a new movie. It is a successful series and all. But wasn't Jason Bourne's story basically wrapped up in the Bourne Ultimatum? I mean, where else could the story go? It was pretty much done. All the loose ends were tied up. The whole top-secret government organization was falling apart around them. Was there anything else that needed to be said? But then in the Bourne Legacy, we explore what happens when that top-secret organization has to deal with all the consequences of everything coming out to the public. And the way they deal with that kind of thing is clean slate, hope to start again. But then one agent's just too damn badass for that. He gets out, he gets loose, he's out to survive. So we have our lead, we have our new Bourne, basically. We've got our new conflict. New director, too, the screenwriter of the previous movies, so that's pretty cool. And that's our new movie. Now, our new agent is Aaron Cross, played by Jeremy Renner, and yeah, he's a totally badass dude. I mean, he was Hawkeye in the Avengers. He basically already played the secret agent dude, just with a bow and some badass arrows. So if there were any fears about him being able to fill the shoes of Matt Damon in this movie, I think we're good. And in a lot of ways, he's kind of like a level 2 of Jason Bourne. He's gone through like genetic modification and all kinds of shit. It makes him smarter, faster, and stronger than a normal dude. I mean, sure, Jason Bourne was a hardcore dude, but in the end, he was still a normal guy, and he was just like the Mark 1 of these secret agents. But Aaron Cross is Mark 2. He's not Treadstone, he's Outcome. Whole new ballgame. And this really is a pretty different film from the other ones. Because where, like, the other movies had the audience following along Jason Bourne as he goes across countries and stuff and discovers his identity and finds out all this crazy shit that he's wrapped up in. And we get to uncover this crazy top-secret black op that's been going on for years. The Bourne Legacy really doesn't have that. It basically puts you right there in the action. Boom, this is Aaron, he's badass, he's out to survive. And I think that really works for the movie. Why would we need to see another Bourne movie? We've already seen that. We're good. We've caught up. Let's move on. But what kind of hurts the movie is how much they name drop Bourne, Treadstone, Pam Landy, all that. So you're getting into the movie, you're enjoying how different it is, and then all of a sudden they're like, this shit's way bigger than Bourne, man. This shit's serious. And you're like, oh, come on. We're already watching the movie. Do we really need to be reminded that this is the same series? But still, it is different enough that it's a refreshing watch. The directing is pretty different, too. It's really nice to get a change from Paul Greengrass and all of his up-close shaky cam shit. However, there still is shaky cam, make no mistake. But it is a lot better than previous entries in the series. You can actually still follow the fighting pretty decently. They make good use of wide shots, and the editing is a lot less frenetic for frenetic's sake. So that's good. And then as for the rest of the cast, like aside from Jeremy Renner's badassness, Edward Norton's in this movie as, I guess, the closest thing to a main antagonist that it has. And when I first heard that he was going to be the villain in this, I was stoked, because Edward Norton's a great actor, and he'd make a killer villain for a spy flick. But to be honest, it was a bit of a letdown. Sure, he's cool and all, but you could have kind of cast anybody in that role, and it would have had the same effect. Just some government intel, white guy in a suit who takes his job too seriously. You could have anybody there. And I guess he does have this one moment where he like explains his philosophy and why he does what he does. But that's just one moment, really, and otherwise he's just kind of some dude. But I suppose it is cool just because he's Edward Norton, and I think the role does actually get a boost just because it's Edward Norton. And the other big character is this doctor, played by Rachel Weisz. And with her, I actually started off not really liking her. She just kind of sat there and like freaked out. And I know it's supposed to be like a natural reaction because she's the normal character in the movie and the audience is supposed to relate with her. But I just didn't really want to deal with that. I wanted her to shut up, calm down, let's get the show on the road, let's do this. And she does get better as the movie picks up pace after that first little bit. She becomes likable, but she gets off on a rocky start. At least with me. But so anyway, is the movie good? Do I recommend it? Yeah, go see it. If you're a Bourne movie fan, you'll dig it. If you're just a spy movie fan, you'll dig it. I mean, hell, you really don't need to see the previous movies to understand what the hell's going on. There are enough context clues throughout it that you can kind of figure it out on your own. So yeah, go see it. Why not? It's a cool, slick action flick if you're down for it. Check it out. Although Expendables 2 is coming out tomorrow, so I don't know, if you prefer more ridiculous levels of action, maybe wait for that. But at any rate, hey, there you go.